Hey guys, welcome back. So we are on day 3 of our Jeweled Bugs project, and the first thing that we need to make sure we have done is that it is drawn completely. Okay, so if we see the picture here, you can see that I've got it completely drawn. It is symmetrical on both sides. You can see that I took and I redrew it. Right, I held it up to that screen, I traced it, and then I retraced it, so that we've got the symmetry going on both sides. So that is your very first step that you need to make sure is done. Do not move on to this next step that I'm about to show you. Do not do that until this part is done. Okay? So the next step then is going to be to line up our bug print, or bug drawing I should say, with our piece of foil. Now you get to choose what side do you want to be front, and so I'm going to line it up very, very carefully, grab out my tape, and I'm going to tape it on the top and the bottom just to make sure that it doesn't slide around on me. And once again, line it up really, really well here. There we go. Taping it there and taping it on the bottom, because we do not want it to be moving around. The one bad thing about this project is, unlike, when we're drawing, we can always erase if there's a mistake that happens. With foil, there's no erasing, right? It's a dent left in there, and we don't get to erase that. So, words of wisdom for today: move slowly and cautiously. Those are words of wisdom, okay? So I've got this taped on here. You can see it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. Yay! I want to have something soft underneath so that I'm able to kind of push through the foil a little bit. It's a squishy surface. So cardboard, like even if you take off like one of the top bits of your art supply box, one of those like cover parts to it, that works perfectly. But you want the cardboard where you can see whatever that's called on the inside, where it kind of goes up and down. Totally drawing a blank on that word. You know what I'm talking about though. So not the thin cardboard, not the stuff like this. Corrugated? Is that what it's called? I don't know. My brain's not working. Anyway, we want the thicker cardboard. Okay, moving on. That's going to go down underneath it, or if you've got a piece of foam, that could work too. We just need something a little squishy for it to go on, so that when I'm pushing down with either my ballpoint pen or a dull pencil, that the foil is able to kind of move because it's got a squishy surface underneath it. Okay, so I am going to slowly, cautiously begin to trace the lines that I had here on my bug. And like I said, be careful with this. A lot of times what will happen is you're kind of like going, and you're going in like a certain direction, and then it's like it slips. And now you've got this big old scratch line in the middle of your foil that you didn't intend to be there. You didn't want it, and we can't erase it, so it's not great. So we want to go really slowly. It's not a bad idea too. You can see I'm just using the same pencil, but I'm making it really nice and dark. It's not a bad idea to use a different color pen or a different color pencil, just to make sure that you can see, like, okay, I did get this spot, but maybe, oh, I missed this little section. So if you use a different color, that is a little helpful tip as well. That might work well for you. So I'm going really slowly, like, watch how slow I'm going, you guys. I am not even exaggerating right now. This is how you want to be moving your pencil as you are denting in behind it. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So you can see the dark areas are where I have gone over it. And then this is what it's looking like underneath. So you can see it's starting to dent that in. If I go to the back side, you can see that as well. Sorry, I know the glare of my monitor makes it a little hard to see too. So I'm just going very slowly. I might even go over the same spot twice just to make sure that the line is deep enough and it's going to be visible enough after I pick my piece of paper up off of it. So slowly, slowly, and you'll feel some resistance in some areas more than in others, and especially if you're making turns and curves, Be careful with it. But this is what we're doing. Okay? So, definitely don't take your paper. This is why I said you got to do this step of drawing it first. Because once you've got this taped down, you do not want to remove it until you know it is done. So we're going to have this whole class period and into the next class period as well to work on this. This is not a sprint, okay? This is like slow and steady wins the race on this one. Those are going to be the ones that look the best, so definitely take your time. And for next class, we're going to need more of the same materials, but you'll also want that wooden tool that kind of looks like almost like a mini chopstick. We're going to want that as well, okay? Because that's going to help us, once we do take our paper off, make these lines a little bit more crisp. All right, we'll see you next time. Have fun. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow, cautious. These are all the words for today's art project. See you next time.